everyone. We're back with I won't call it an emergency video, but a breaking news video. And by the person pictured on the thumbnail, you already know what it is if you follow basketball. And according to reports from Adrian Wojnarowski, Bleacher Report, Yahoo Sports, the Los Angeles Lakers have run Darvin Ham after just 2 seasons. Ham, and this is taken from, I believe this is Woj's article. No, this is Dave McMenamin. Oh boy, let me just try to take the statistical because we know what time it is with McMenamin. But anyway, Ham had 2 years left on his remaining on his contract. Went 90-74 during the regular season, and 11-12 in the postseason. Ham, as you know, was brought in to replace the already embattled Frank Vogel, who was run off after 3 seasons. I guess I'll say this: the Lakers did win that exhibition tournament that they hung the banner for, but somehow once again he's now a horrible coach. He took over after the team came off a 33-49 record and got them to the Western Conference Finals, but he's a terrible coach. In this particular article, they go into it, and a little bit in some of the other ones, it was talking about, this one was talking about the some of the questionable lineups and rotations, things of that nature. The Bleacher Report article, it goes in, and this is from Scott Polasek. There was a segment in here where it talked about disjointedness that stemmed from the extreme rotation and starting lineup adjustments recently from Ham, leading to a fluctuating rhythm for several players across the across the roster. And that particular was taken from a Shams and Buha of The Athletic back in January. Let's see here. There was one other thing I wanted to talk about in this. Let me see if I can find it. It also says that the Lakers will have an extensive search for a new head coach. And that, oh boy, this is great. Mike Budenholzer, Kenny Atkinson, solid. J.J. Redick, wonder who's endorsing that one. And possibly Ty Lue. He's crazy if he leaves the Clippers to dip his toe back in those foolish waters. But here's the thing. They're firing him as if, okay, so they went, 43-39 this year, I think it was. Here's the thing. It seems to me that the Lakers bought into the hype surrounding this team earlier before the season, where they were picked to be these favorites to advance, I guess because they made it to the Western Conference Finals and all of these things last year. But if you watched the team play, you knew they weren't very good, or at least they weren't as good as some of these overly speculative predictions were. They sold the Lakers way too high. I mean, considering watching them play a 500 team, considering how they play, is about the best that they could do. I mean, they could have won more had they done a couple things. The first and foremost is featuring Anthony Davis first and foremost in the offense. And that didn't happen. You still have the system, and that stunts everyone else while making one particular player look good. And you know who that is. And so when you play like that, and the articles talk about inconsistency, and Sports and Fitness Rants touches on this and so eloquently puts it that because you're basing your play style around LeBron James, who himself is inconsistent, so that inconsistency is going to trickle down to all the other players. That's part of it as well. Now, granted, were some of his rotations and moves perfect? Certainly not. And I'm certainly not here to try to make that case. But I think now you're firing him. So now within 6 years you'll be looking for your fourth coach. Your fourth coach. And again, the lack of inconsistency starts with your best player. And then they're talking about the Bleacher Report article is talking about their unflattering exit from the playoffs. And here's the thing. Again, this goes back to what I'm saying, and then I'm gonna wrap up, because nobody with basketball brain one in their head thought for a single solitary second, barring some sort of catastrophic injury to one of the Nuggets' major players, that the Lakers were going to win this series. Thought it could have been competitive, in which actually most of the games were. The Lakers were very competitive and led for large stretches in these games. But at the end of the day, championship teams play championship basketball, and you saw the difference. You saw the difference, and it came down to those moments, and the Nuggets were able to make those plays and capitalize on those moments, and the Lakers weren't. That's what it boils down to. The Nuggets were the better team. I mean, it wasn't like when Phoenix blew the doors off of them, and when the year after they won the championship, that was a far worse exit than this. They were in most of the games. They just lost to a superior basketball team. So now once again, you're going into the coaching market. So I guess it makes me wonder now if some of those rumors are true, that the Lakers are really seriously kicking the tires around drafting Bronny James in an effort to hang on to LeBron James. That will get you short-term gains, but that could put you behind the 8 ball long-term. Because, like I said, I don't want to disparage the young brother, Bronny. I'm glad he's healthy. I'm glad he's even able to play college basketball. But objectively speaking, looking from what I've seen and what a lot of people have seen, I'm not saying he's not an NBA caliber talent down the line, but he's just not ready right now. And I know LeBron has to know that. There's many things he is, but that stupid is not one of them, and he's got to know that. So I'm gonna wrap up with this video, and again, Darvin Ham out in Los Angeles after 2 years, and now they'll be on for their fourth coach. But what do you think about this, ladies and gentlemen? Who do you think that the Lakers should pursue for the next head coach? Is this based on the reports that we've seen, the list that I read off earlier? Do you think those are the names that they should look out for? Should they look for some other guys? Tell us what you think in the comment section. As always, thank you for spending a few moments with us. And as I like to end every video with, tell the ones that you love them. Peace.